Speaker's tireless devotion and dying love for both the city of Springfield and Springfield Central High School is evident by the countless hours he spends ensuring that all facets of the city are continually being monitored and improved upon. Ladies and gentlemen, with greetings from the city of Springfield, Honorable Mayor Jaquettes.
Good evening, everyone. This is like a Hollywood premiere. Standing room only, sold out. Is Central in the house? To Principal Tokarz, aka Mr. Central, to our homegrown, our working superintendent, Daniel Ulrich, and my school committee members, to the honored guests on stage, and a round of applause, ovation, Jasmine Lamb. What a job she did. And also to the junior ROTC, anytime we have city events, they are always there. Let's give them a big round of applause. Type of day I'm having, these graduations rejuvenate me. The class of 2023, how does it feel? To the parents and family members of the class of 2023, how does it feel? Every time that happens, it's always the parents and the family members that cheer the loudest. And speaking of family, you have two families. One, your mom and dad, family members who put a roof over your head, food on the table, clothes on your back, and I know sometimes they might be a little tough on you with tough love or a boot to behind, but they do that because they love you and they know that you can and will succeed. Now's the time to give a big round of applause to your mom and dad and family members. Family is the teacher, staff, and administration of Central High School. And I know they might have gotten on your case every once in a while. But again, they do that because they know that you can and will succeed. Let's give them a big round of applause. So now your foundation has been laid at home, your skills have been honed at Central High School. And you know, there are some, and tonight you stand as a shining example, and I hope and I pray that the media is here to see this shining example of what you're putting forward. But there are some in the city of Springfield, some in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, some in the United States of America that indicate that a zip code is going to dictate your future. You continue to prove them wrong, and you dictate your future. Now, some of you are going to go on to college. Some of you are going to move on to the workforce. Some of you are going to move on to military service and Godspeed. And by the way, if you can't stand or raise your hand, all the veterans, let's give them a big round of applause. The beacon of democracy, strength, hope, and opportunity. Some of you are going to go on to lead right here in the city of Springfield. Some will lead in the state. Some will lead in America. And some of you will lead in the world, because Central High School is the home of scholars and champions. Now, some might be in the public eye and others might be behind the scenes making for a better community. I ask of you, just remember the individuals that were around for you when they put their arm around your shoulder to help you out during some trying times, and then be there during some triumphs. And also remember that not every day is a good day, but there's always another day. And I'd ask of you to not only be proud of yourselves, your family, Central High School, and the city of Springfield, but if you can, play it forward. Play it forward. That's so extremely important. With that. Now, I know you're anxious to get your diplomas, so I'm going to end my remarks, but I have a saying, and I want to make sure a quote that I get it right. I need to pull out my cheaters now, or else I'll be playing the, where's the young lady with the trombone? I'll be playing the trombone. Now, in this day and age of social media, I think this quote hits the point. Booker T. Washington, who was an esteemed educator and writer. And you kids now, you know, you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, tic-tac-toe. So whether you're on these social media sites or in person, Booker T. Washington stated, associate yourself with people of good quality. For it is better to be alone than to be in bad company. God bless you. And go ahead. Thank you so much.
Born in Springfield, Mass, and she's married to the love of her life, Pastor Madi Naylor Sr. is a proud member of their 4 beautiful children who currently attend Springfield Public Schools and Bay Path University. She was educated in school districts across the world as a daughter of a military man, but eventually graduated from Springfield Central High School. Prior to receiving a Master's of Science in Nonprofit Management and Philanthropy and a Certificate of Board of Governance and Volunteerism from Bay Path College in 2012, she received a Bachelor's of Arts in Business Administration from Our Lady of the Elms College in 2003. She received certifications through the Springfield Leadership Institute and eventually added to her leadership capacity as a participant in the Leadership Pioneer Valleys class of 2016. She has been a member of the Springfield School Committee since 2017 and is currently in her 2nd term and serves in the role of Vice Chairman. Bringing greetings from the Springfield School Committee, Miss Latonia Monroe.
Good evening, everyone. I said good evening, everyone. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. First, I want to acknowledge God, who is the head of my life. Also want to acknowledge, yes, we can't forget about him on today, right? We want to give recognition. Getting a little tongue-tied over here because I'm so excited whenever I have the opportunity to be here with Central High School and just remember the good years that I had there, and to see you all, it just gives me an overwhelming feeling of joy. So congratulations again, class 2023. recognition to our esteemed Mayor Dominic Sarno, to our homegrown Superintendent Daniel Warwick, to my fellow school committee members, to your principal, Tad Tokarz, and the administrative team, to the staff, and the winning team today, the School of Champions and Scholars, Central High School Class of 22. Scholars and champions. Let's discuss something that you all are very familiar with: winning. The definition of win is to succeed by striving for effort. You all put in the work that needed to be done to make sure that you can get where you are today. Another definition for win is to succeed in reaching a place, a condition, especially by great effort. You did that because you did more than the average to ensure that you would be here on this day to have this opportunity to celebrate with your peers and with your families. You to get through or to get by through effort, as through labor, competition, or conquest. You refuse to be left behind, regardless of the challenges of a pandemic, regardless of the challenges of post-pandemic, and all the other things that attacked you, you yet remain focused on the goal and the end of the race. Another definition for win is victory, as in a game or a race. Oftentimes, the person that you had to compete against the most is the person that you look at every single day when you looked in the mirror. When you had to remind yourself as to why you were getting up early in the morning, as to why you had to get your homework done, as to why you had to get your reports done, as to why you had to continue to tunnel through that senior slump because you had an end in mind. And finally, the last definition of win that I will share is to finish first in a race, in a contest, or the like. The great thing about a graduation is that even though you all are walking in your individual race, you are all yet able to finish first because you all are part of the winning team. Your theme this year is Together We Rise. Yes, and together we win. To my fellow parents and caregivers, can I talk to you for a moment? I know that when I speak to each of you and say that trying to parent in the midst of a pandemic was no joke, that we can all agree to that, correct? Having to deal with our kids hiding in closets, eating up all the food, acting like they're doing work when they're really sleeping, being a teacher's assistant and the teacher at times, while still working, while still having to do your own job. It was no joke. But guess what? You win. In the lives of each of these students. The role that you played in this ultimate game of life for our students. And for that, to you parents, to you caregivers, to you staff, you are also on the winning team because the glory of a coach, right, Coach Walker, is what comes from the success of our students and the players that we coach. That's where we get our glory. So we are all on the winning team. Celebration of hip hop. And so I have to pay homage to them by quoting a song that I love dearly and that y'all probably know as well. It's by DJ Khaled, so if you know this song, I want you to sing it along with me.
every day to give
Our students, educators, and schools the support, funding, and guidance necessary to ensure that all Springfield students graduate high school, career, and college ready. As a lifelong resident of Springfield, this man has dedicated his adult life to helping the children of his city. His efforts as superintendent have lifted the Springfield Public Schools to historic heights, including record high graduation rates and record low dropout rates. The Massachusetts of School Superintendents recently awarded him the 2023 Presidential Award, citing the district's extraordinary gains in graduation rates and dropout rates, among other notable accomplishments. It is my honor to introduce the Superintendent of the Springfield Public School System, Mr. Daniel Wood.
Thank you and good evening. I'd like to recognize Springfield's Mayor, the Education Mayor, Dominic Sarno. Distinguished members of the school committee, Principal Tokars, the faculty and staff at Springfield Central High School, parents, grandparents, and family members. Most importantly, I'd like to recognize our guests of honor here tonight, the Central graduating class of 2024. You'll be happy to know my remarks will be brief this evening, and they begin with the words published in 1859. They were the best of times, they were the worst of times. The opening line of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. This phrase summarizes a storyline where opposites take place at the same time. It is remarkable to me how these words, written 164 years ago, are so fitting for this age in which you complete your high school career. Let us talk a little bit about where you have been as the class of 2023. You were freshmen when the pandemic hit. A full 7 months into your school year, I imagine you had finally found your footing in the transition from middle school to high school. I imagine all the ways you have begun to spread your wings and become more familiar and comfortable with the classes, expectations, and social norms of high school. When suddenly, overnight, the best of times became the worst of times. Life as you know it was stripped away. Your friends were out of reach, your classes became virtual, your extracurriculars were deactivated, and you were left to navigate this new normal for the rest of your freshman year and your entire sophomore year. Yet though you graduate high school having had only 2 full years of regular high schooling, it is now the best of times. It is the best of times because of your perseverance. Your perseverance has caused the Springfield Public Schools graduation rate to climb to its best ever at 84.6%. That compares to 56.6% in 2012. And the dropout rate has also declined from 10% in 2012 to 3.9% this year. It is the best of times because over the past several years you have contributed to the vast student achievement improvements which have gained recognition statewide.
Oh, great. Another fight, another fight.
It is the best of times because there are over 460 of you graduating here this evening. 236 of you are going on to college. It is the best of times because another 17 of you will join our armed forces or attend a career school. It is the best of times because as a class, you have secured already more than $21 million in scholarships. You did not get through the best of times or through the worst of times alone. I think it's very important now we recognize our family, caregiver, grandparents who guided you along the way. I think they deserve a big round of applause. Thank you. I always say the Springfield Public School staff is second to none anywhere, and our staff at Central has been superior.
Let's please give our staff at Central a big round of applause. Students, families, and educators, together you've made it possible for the worst of times and in the class of 2023 to rearview mirror. My hope for the class of 2023 is that you learn the lessons learned during those tough times to fuel your future. I hope you have learned the virtue and value of perseverance through these challenging times because they will take many different shapes as you move out into the world. But you, the class of 2023, have proven that you know how to move through adversity, how to stay focused. You have made it to the finish line. I know that you can succeed in whatever you choose to pursue is something that each of you can achieve. You already have. Congratulations, good luck, Godspeed. Next, the Central High School Band, Don't Stop Believing.
Our next speaker is of Haitian American descent. She's a dancer, a choreographer, and will be attending the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, where she will be majoring in advertising and marketing and minoring in French. Ladies and gentlemen, the student body president for Springfield Central High School, Miss Marguerite Kazmierska.
Good evening, parents, friends, and family. Thank you for joining us today. I want to take a minute to thank every teacher, staff member, and most importantly, students that put in the work to get each one of us across the stage tonight. I would like to personally thank everyone who helped me write this speech and dealt with my constant rewrites and procrastination. I would also like to thank my parents for everything they have done for me and for doing everything they can to get me to college in the fall. Especially my mom for pushing me to do every and any scholarship possible. I also want to thank my sisters for being the best people in the world and for constantly inspiring me every single day. Charlie, Prisma, and Michaela, I love you very much and I couldn't have done this without you. My friends too. I assume everyone here has seen a superhero movie? Yes. Okay. Whether Marvel or DC, we've all seen at least one superhero movie where we see our hero go through some of the worst trauma ever known to man, then get bitten by some tiny little bug, and all of a sudden save the world. We've all seen someone go through hardship, gain power, and then go on to become something great. Well, we are that superhero, and this is our power. We have gone through immense hardship and seen the other side of it. Whether you have already overcome it or you are still going through it now, we are at the beginning of our story. We have just been bitten. We now need to decide if we become the hero or the bad guy. With our diplomas, we now have the power to move forward and choose which path we will continue down. Whether that means continuing on to a 4-year education, a community college, trade school, the military, or anything. You now have the power of everything you've learned in not just your 4 years at Central, but in all your previous education. From the time you were 3 on your first day of school to now, you have been given the tools to start your life, and now it's your responsibility to decide what you want to do with it and where you want to go next. I think I like this metaphor because, as we've already established, we are the best class yet, and we are all so close to greatness, if not there already. I look to my classmates and peers in awe because I can already see who they will become, and I know the world will look a lot brighter because they're in it. I'll be so sad to see everyone go, but with great power comes great responsibility. And we now have the responsibility to keep moving forward in life and continuing to educate ourselves, to uplift others, especially those we care about, to make sure that the door we open with our education stays open, and to improve the lives of everyone we meet. When we leave this hall and we begin the next chapter of our lives, I want everyone to remember that whatever happens next is up to us. The page is blank. We can become whatever character we want to be. But if we choose to become the hero, it is our responsibility to make sure that our story doesn't end here. The greatness of the class of 2023 doesn't end here, because this is just the beginning. This is our origin story.
Good evening, Central family. My name is Mr. Travis Reed. I'm the sophomore assistant principal. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce our next speaker. El jefe con todas las respuestas. El rey de la tierra sin hoodies, donde toda la gente tiene uniforme perfecto. Un gran amigo de Springfield, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tad Tokars.
Sabrina, can you briefly speak to me? Yes. Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Warwick, members of the school committee, and the family and friends that have joined us for this special occasion. Today we are here to celebrate the greatest and most successful graduating class in the history of the Springfield Central High School. There are too many accolades and accomplishments for me to mention this evening, but more impressively, these students have accomplished historic feats despite enduring remote learning for over 14 months. Furthermore, when they return to Central, we ask them to help reinvent Central's culture, regrow Central's participation, and help refocus all students back to in-person learning. Their response was more than we could ever have imagined. Tonight, we will present 460 members of the class of 2023. Participants in the last 25 years at Central. You have a projected graduation rate of over 92% and a dropout rate of under 2%. You reinvigorated Central's band, choral, and ROTC programs and pushed to develop new student opportunities like dance, fitness, and robotics. You dominated the region and the state athletically by winning an unprecedented 7 state championships, 12 Western Mass championships, and 20 league titles. 9 of you have received full athletic scholarships. While 25 others have signed to go on to play a sport in some of the most prestigious colleges and universities in the country. And most importantly, the Springfield Central High School graduating class of 2023 has earned over $21 million in scholarship money. Any Central High School class in history. I really struggled with how to end this section of my speech. I could not find the words that fit the importance, impressiveness, and historical significance of what you accomplished. With that said, if I had my cell phone and had all of your cell phone numbers, I would simply send you a text that said in all capital letters, the class of 2023, LFG, exclamation point. Tonight, for the first time ever, I'd like to tell you the story of the bikes. A little more than a year ago, Springfield Public Schools, under the guidance of Springfield's Health Department, allowed all students and staff members of the Springfield Public Schools to return to in-person learning. The caveat, however, was that the Health Department required major adjustments to daily practices in order to keep everyone safe and healthy. As the district informed us of the requirements, we quickly adjusted necessary protocols and policies to meet all safety standards. One of the biggest challenges, however, was our lunch period. Because of the required spacing and mask protocols that need to be in place, our lunch period demanded that all areas of the building be utilized. To accomplish this task and still abide by contractual obligations, all central administrators needed to pivot their responsibilities and help in areas never before needed. Administrators needed to monitor lunch inside and outside both cafeterias to ensure that students who were assigned to eat in the caf were properly spaced and masked when appropriate. We needed administrators to deliver lunch bags to 3 different floors and over 100 different classrooms to make sure that all students were following proper safety protocols. And we needed administrators to cover classes so staff could get enough time to eat their lunches. As we implemented these changes, it became my responsibility to control the entire building and ensure that all students were exactly where they needed to be and follow prescribed safety measures. It did not take long for me to realize that I was in trouble. With an almost 400,000 square foot facility, 3 floors, and over 2,100 students that have not socialized in many months, I quickly realized that the ability to perform my responsibility was in jeopardy. I decided I needed help, and I needed to ask the people that I trusted the most for assistance, the staff members at Central High School. I sent an email to staff verbalizing my struggles and asked for ideas and potential solutions. Not surprisingly, they came in fast and furious. After much debate, I decided I need to try something, so I took the chance and bought a bike. When the bike arrived, I was excited to jump on it and test the effectiveness. As I rode down the first hallway with a big smile on my face, I could hear the laughter and comments that seemed to follow me everywhere I rode, and I quickly realized that some people were laughing at me, with me, but most were laughing at me. After a year and a half, however, all that mattered was our students were finally laughing. As time went on, I started hearing about videos that were popping up on social media.
Carmen got one.
Memes that were made of me and my bike. And one person even told me that I had my own Instagram page that was dedicated to me and my bicycle. I kept going, however, knowing that this was my best and maybe only chance to successfully accomplish my responsibilities. I continued to ride day after day. Slowly, I started to notice a change. The laughter I once heard in the hallways turned into astonishment, and I was able to cover multiple places at one time. No longer were students able to skirt around the corner and keep a couple of steps ahead of me to socialize with their friends. Additionally, students quickly realized that the bikes were not just effective in Central's hallways. I could ride the bikes to Bell Park. I could even ride to a gas station to make sure that students were not where they were supposed to be. Fast forward 12 months, and the bikes are now as an important part of our practice as anything that we have ever implemented. Why am I telling you this story tonight? Because as you leave here and begin the next chapter of your lives, you will inevitably have problems and challenges. My hope is that you leave here tonight and realize that how you deal with those issues is what determines your success and failure. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not try to handle your problems alone. It is amazing how the angst and fear of a problem or challenge disappears when they are verbalized and shared amongst reliable people. Find the people in your life and find the people in your life that you trust and confide in them to help you find solutions. Whether it is physical, social, emotional, or financial, having a good team around you will inevitably get you to where you want to be. Do not be afraid to look for outside-the-box solutions to your problems. Often the most unique and non-traditional approach will become the most effective. And finally, do not worry if people laugh at you, your ideas, or your dreams. Stay the course. Your belief in what you are doing, the effort and dedication that you are willing to exude to reach your goals is all that should matter. In closing, I would like to say, I love riding my bike around Central hallways. But the class of 2023, you have taken me on one of the greatest rides of my life.